We are here today with Jessica Walker. Please introduce yourself, tell us a bit more about you, about your company, about Fluid Finance. What do you do, and what current projects are you working on right now?
Sure, thank you so much. So my name is Jessica Walker. I'm based out of Fluid Finance as the Chief Marketing Officer, as you mentioned. We are a bank alternative that syncs to your Web3 wallet. So for those that are looking to have the traditional elements of a bank account, we offer 32 Fiat currencies, and then we give you the ability to move from that into the Web3 world, so to move on-chain without the need for a centralized exchange. It's one of the most competitive rates on the market as well, a lot cheaper than centralized exchanges. So our goal is to help build cryptocurrency adoption and Web3 use. And by doing that, we help facilitate those transactions of people moving their funds in crypto, but also out of crypto as well, which is really important. And before that, I worked with Bitpanda Exchange, which is one of the largest exchanges in Europe, and more recently with CoinMarketCap. So my whole thing is big retail use, how can we facilitate, and what kind of trends we're seeing in the market.
Are you looking more for like B2C or B2B clients right now, or how is like this stage right now?
So right now we are free to open an account for B2C. So if anyone is watching, feel free to go over and make an account. We will, as of next year, be offering corporate accounts based out of Switzerland. We are Swiss-based and regulated based in Geneva. So we will be offering corporate accounts soon. But for now, we are retail-focused because we also know that with retail focus, we are really community-centric. We have a really active community. We can see what kind of trends they're experiencing. So trends like users in Istanbul might have completely different user flows and experiences to users that are based in Nigeria or even in the UK or, for example, in Spain. So what we're finding is by having a customer-facing approach, we're able to really refine our product and make sure it's the best it can be.
Awesome. How has been the experience so far with these markets that you are in? What kind of feedback have you received so far?
Really good question. So actually one thing that's been really surprising for our users is a lot of users right now, based on the currencies and the geopolitical tensions causing currency devaluations, people want to hold dollars. So the ability for people to free, no extra charge, convert their FX into dollars is a huge freedom tool. So you don't have to worry that you'll wake up and your Turkish lira or your Great British pound 30-year lows is less than it was yesterday. I think the ability to have that freedom has been something that we thought was just a really simple, automated integration. We've been working so hard on the blockchain element, we didn't realize that this would be such a big user flow. On top of that, we've been really impressed at how people want to be able to get in and out of crypto. So one of our community members actually was able to off-ramp Ethereum using Fluid Finance and buy an apartment in Greece. And I think people didn't realize that maybe he was a bit of a crypto whale. But this is what it's about. It's for people that have been in crypto for quite a few years that now all of a sudden they're like, okay, I can actually spend my money on a Swiss bank account. This is like a huge advantage because for so long it was like us and them. How do you get your funds out of crypto? And we want to remove those boundaries and make it easy for you to buy a cup of coffee after converting your funds from crypto. Make it easy and make it cheap for you.
Awesome. What do you think is like the biggest problem that you as a company are facing, but also the Web3 space as a whole is facing?
I think the Web3 space in general is been really resilient. I think that everyone that's been working in Web3, like you guys, have done an awesome job in standing the testament of a bear market, first of all. We are seeing markets right now at a pretty stagnation growth. People are expecting it to go lower as well when it comes to cryptocurrency prices. On top of that, the news just recently of FTX Celsius just earlier on this year. It's been a tough time for people that have been working with centralized exchanges. On top of that, it creates a lot of fear, uncertainty and doubt for people that are in the crypto space. They're suddenly watching going, oh my God, is it safe for me to hold crypto? Where can I store it? People that aren't in crypto are messaging those that have been in crypto a long time going, are you okay? How are your funds doing? So I think everyone in Web3 is facing that challenge of reassuring people from centralized exchanges. On the other side, this is what Web3 people have been advocating for so long is non-custodial, take ownership of your own funds. And I think people kind of looked in crypto with the kind of blockchain integration when actually the real vision of crypto is like peer-to-peer. You have ownership of your own funds, you can move them and no one else can block them or have ownership. We kind of saw crypto 2.5 rather than Web 3.0, and this is a great advocate for why we need Web 3.0. Unfortunately, it has come with a lot of users' funds being lost. So I wish it could have had a better outcome for migration, but it kind of advocates what we're going to see next is the next trend, which is either non-custodial or nothing.
So, talking about next trends, what do you see like the next trends other than non-custodial or semi-custodial currencies? How do you see the future?
So actually it's really interesting because here on the expo floor you guys have some really awesome Web3 metaverse platforms. One thing that I can see is there's a few different ATMs as well that are kind of rolling around. So it's like crypto on and off ramping, which is such, I mean, it's not a sexy topic. No one wants to talk about it as much. It's like, okay, it's kind of a little bit boring, but if it helps people get in and out of crypto easier and it helps people easily move their funds around, easily send money to you, you can withdraw it to go shopping and then retop it up because you've not spent it. Great, that means that we're helping the ecosystem keep moving. I mean, if we look at the Bitcoin white paper, it's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So it is supposed to be moved. It's not supposed to be this store of value. We do have a little bit of a way to go in improving the speed, how much it costs for users and transaction time, but also how it comes to like how easy it is to use. So this is something that we're working on at Fluid Finance. Is we are an on and off ramp for you. We are based in Switzerland, Swiss regulated, and we really look to make it as fast as possible. So we're built on the Arbitrum network, which is between 20 and 40,000 transactions per second. It's extremely fast. We're really proud of that. We're looking to move multi-chain, so we're looking at Ethereum and other different mainnets. But this is our main focus for people. And we can understand this is where users really struggle with advocating crypto. It's like, okay, I love crypto, I love the freedom tool, but like it should be a little bit easier in 2022.
Yes, that's right. In terms of expansion, what are you currently at right now in the company, and what are your plans for the near future?
So shout out to my team because they've been amazing. We are over now 72 different countries that have users based. So that's such a big milestone for us. We're really close to 100 different countries with users based in. We've surpassed 100,000 users, which during this market cycle and this current market, we're like, we're so impressed. Like during a bear market since June this year, we've been managed to build. My team have been fantastic. Our community has grown so much. And as I mentioned, our community really give us feedback as well, which we love to hear. One interesting element for us in Fluid Finance is we've now recently updated the tokenomics for our Fluid token, which is where you can actually own equity of your own bank. So Fluid token means you're a shareholder of the bank. I mean, like, what better way to invest in a bank than to have ownership of it, you know? So it's kind of like own part of your own bank and be able to use that banking system day in, day out. So we're really proud at giving people that are in different parts of the world this tool to buy this element and own equity in a Swiss company, so it's pretty cool. And then we're just kind of reaching out. We'll look at attending more events next year, building communities in different areas. We've got some great user bases. We'll be looking to kind of hit more regional expansion across some different areas around the world.
Awesome. And your main focus is like developed countries or countries that are like in way of developing, or like what's your focus right now? And the second, no.
Yeah, that one is like, there's a lot to answer for this one as well. So we're launching in the US next year. So we'll offer Visa cards to anyone within the United States. We're so excited about that. But the US as a market launch is a big task. So as CMO, I'm fully expected in my Christmas and New Year's is going to be me working around the clock, which is totally fine. We're also looking at emerging markets. So Latin America is a huge market for us. Argentina is a huge focus right now. Remittance market is just a really interesting one because we can offer the best FX rates. We can offer the physical actual amount for the FX rates. And I think that's one thing that we found really interesting when we were looking at some of our competitors. We were saying like, man, the markups on foreign exchange is crazy, and like it doesn't feel so fair that this is such a high rate. So we have a fantastic user base across Nigeria, for example, and our community have been fantastic. We've been listening to feedback. We have some people that will join Twitter Spaces with us, for example, and they'll be like, we're in El Salvador, we can't wait for Fluid to launch there. So we're really listening to the feedback we're getting coming through, and we're just going to try and act on that as much as possible.
Awesome. How to rebuild trust, like in these kind of uncertain times, how to rebuild that trust?
Don't trust, verify. So that's like the best way. So for example, with our digital dollar, it's like it's one-to-one verifiably backed. So you can go on the ledger and you can view the transactions on the blockchain that we have in our reserves, everything that we account to on our blockchain transactions. So you can constantly see it's one-to-one backed. Every single physical dollar we have in reserves, we have a digital dollar in circulation. And once we move the dollar from digital dollar into the physical, we will burn the digital representation. So I think it's that thing of like making that clear on your website. So if you are also a project that has, and CZ also kind of tweeted out this week, like, proof of reserves, guys, we need to see it. So I spoke earlier and I said, we need to, if you're an organization and you are actively moving with proof of reserves, show that on your website, because people were lazy, we're busy, we've got a lot going on in our time. We don't have time to go through all the fine print. Make it really clear and accessible on your landing page. This is how you check, this is how you verify, this is what blockchain technology is all about, and that will help the industry grow.
Awesome. How can we find more information about Fluid Finance and about yourself?
Sure, so you can go on FluidFi on Twitter, which is Fluid_Fi. We also have Fluid Finance on YouTube, Medium, all the other social media platforms, and we also have our Telegram and Twitter. And then myself is Jessica SMW as well, so my DMs are open for anyone that does want to reach out.
Awesome. Jessica, thank you very much. Any final words?
Good luck in the crypto ecosystem, guys, and move your money off centralized exchanges. So
Thank you, and thank you guys for coming. So see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.